go. Hi. Happy Sunday. It is, I believe, happy cold, snowy Sunday. Way to wake up and get here. I didn't want to, but I'm glad I did. I'm going to read it verbatim per request. There's a mask ordinance in the state of Colorado. If you feel it is unsafe for you to practice with a mask or you have a medical condition, only you can exempt yourself from that within the four corners of your mat. Under this exemption, I will not be wearing a mask while I teach. So moving on. Weight safety. We all know the drill. We've probably all heard it a million times, but we'll go over it again. The weights are totally optional. If you want to drop them at any point, no big deal at all. I promise you'll still get a good workout. But if you do have them, a few things to keep our bodies nice and safe. Anytime you extend out from mid-body, keep a micro bend in your elbows and a light grip on your weights to make sure that your muscles are actually doing the work and you're not locking out through your joints. Whenever we transition, pull in through center and press up, vice versa to come back out. Just avoid the swinging or windmilling like motion that we do in a power vinyasa. And then there will be some times to keep the weights in our hands during a plank position. Totally fine as long as everything feels stacked, shoulders over elbows over wrists, and your knuckles are flush with the mat. If you find your wrists going in, knuckles out, or even if you're stacked but it just doesn't feel good, you can always plant your hands in plank or table and then grab the weights to use them as we need them. Cool? Great. We'll get started in child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch and your knees out wide to the edges of your space. Reach your fingertips forward. Let your forehead and chest melt towards the earth. Start to tune into how you're feeling this morning. Just the natural cadence of your breath before you start to manipulate anything. I know enough of you well enough to know that we all have a lot of things going on in our lives. Some exciting stuff, some nerve-inducing stuff, whether you're showing up with a headspace that's very happy, nervous, angry, sad, whatever the case may be, that's all right. Just meet yourself where you are today and know that we have this opportunity together to turn inward, maybe work out some frustration or some joy, and join together in community with our breath and our movement. Let's join our breath together. First, exhale through your mouth, let everything go. Nice. Take a nice, juicy inhale, fill all the way up. Big exhale out. Awesome. Again, maybe even deeper inhale this time. Big sigh out. Great. One more. Deepest inhale of your morning. Big audible exhale. Great breath. As you are ready, shift forward into a tabletop position. Start to take any organic movement that feels good. Friends at home, we will cue up our playlist with the first song, Lost Control, in 3, in 2, in 1, press play. This is a new playlist and I'm excited about it, so I hope the tempos all work, but there's some good jams in there. All right, what you guys do here literally could not matter less as long as you are moving and listening to your body. Doesn't matter what it looks like, what anyone else is doing. About 3 more slow, full rounds of breath. So if you're doing anything one-sided, just make sure you get the other side. No rush if you're still exploring movement or balancing out your sides, but when you're ready, let's meet in a neutral tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, stack your hips over your knees. Inhale, cow pose. Lift your gaze and your tailbone high. Let your belly soften and melt down towards the earth. Exhale, cat press firmly into your hands. Drive your spine up to the ceiling. Notice the sensation of your shoulder blades pulling apart. We'll revisit that a lot. Inhale, cow pose. Gaze and tailbone go high, spread through your collarbones. Exhale, cat press and curl. Tuck your chin to your chest. One more round. Inhale, cow pose. Soften, open. Exhale, cat press. Curl and squeeze. Inhale, back through neutral. Tuck your toes if they aren't already and lift your hips up for downward facing dog. Just like in table, no rules apply. Just take some movement. Whatever your body is asking for is the right move. Again, no rush if you're exploring movement, but if you feel ready, meet in stillness in your down dog. Spread your fingers out super wide. Bring your index fingers parallel to one another. Micro bend your knees. Lift the underside of your seat up farther towards the ceiling. Let your chest melt towards your thighs. Now don't change anything else, but let your heels drop 1 inch farther towards the mat. Nice. Inhale, gaze forward. Lift high on your tippy toes. Take 10 tiny steps to the front for ragdoll. Feet come wide behind your wrists, maybe all the way out to the edges of your mat. Grab opposite elbow, maybe chest expansion. Again, whichever variation you choose is the right one. Listen to your intuition and your body. Just make sure your neck is completely relaxed so your head hangs heavy at the end of your spine to create some traction. You can bounce, sway, or just melt in stillness. Stay for one final inhale. On your next exhale, release any hand grip you have. Toe heel your feet in so your big toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Press into your shins or thighs. Reach through the crown of your head. Flatten your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms overhead. Dial your pinkies in. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Squeeze your inner thighs and then draw your tailbone down towards the earth. Exhale, cactus back bend. Goal post your arms. Lift through your heart. Squeeze your glutes to protect your spine. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Micro bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and take your flow high to low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog. Hover your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Nice. We'll move through Sun A 2 more times. Breath to movement. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, journey to the top. Big toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms overhead. This time, grab your left wrist. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhale, back through center. Switch your grip. Exhale, sway to the left. Inhale, back through center. Separate your arms. Exhale, cactus back bend. Maybe a little bit bigger this time. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and take your vinyasa. Awesome. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Grab your left wrist. Exhale, sway to the right. Inhale, back through center. Switch your grip. Exhale, sway to the left. Inhale, back through center. Separate your arms. Exhale, cactus back bend. Biggest one yet. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank and pause. First set of frog hops. Bend your knees, hop forward, lift your hands, plant and hop it back. Big exhale. Every time you lift, we want toes out, heels in, feet wide, and heels planted firmly on the ground. You might need to widen your stance to keep your heels planted. Hover your hips in line with your knees. Always an option to step forward and step back 1 foot at a time. This will allow you to work all the same muscles while taking the jumping impact out of your knees and your hips. Stick with it for a few more rounds. Let your heart rate start to rise. Just 4, 3, down dog in 2, and 1, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it go. All right, walk your hands to the back of your space, forward fold, back of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it deeper. Inhale, chair pose, sweep your arms overhead. Dial your pinkies in, pull your shoulders down. Drive your tailbone down, belly button up and in, and drive your weight into your heels. Maybe float your toes. Exhale, chair plane. Sweep your hands back. Magnetize your pinkies together. Squeeze your triceps to do so. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, chair. Exhale, chair plane. One more. Inhale, chair. Exhale, chair plane and hold. Stay right here or lift your heels for drinking bird. If you do so, squeeze your ankles and calves together. Keep it static or pulse it down. Pulse, pulse. Keep everything tight and engaged. Pulse, pulse. Just 4, 3, back to chair in 2, and 1. Back to chair pose. Keep it low for 1 round. Press your palms together. Bring them through heart center. Toe heel your feet out a little wider than hip width. Basic squat down and lift. Lower, press. Inhale, exhale. Drive your weight into your heels. Again, maybe float your toes to make sure you're doing so. Pull your knees back at the bottom of your squat so they're behind your toes. Squeeze your glutes like crazy at the top, and then energetically squeeze your heels away from one another. Not really energetically, actually do it. We just don't want our feet to move. Big exhale as you lift. Now and throughout class, you can always slow a movement down. Do not worry about anyone else's pace, even mine. Focus on your alignment. Focus on feeling safe in every movement and every transition. Just 4, 3, add a heel lift in 2, and 1, add a heel lift at the top. Squeeze your calves like crazy to help press the tops of your feet up towards the mirror. If the heel lift isn't doing it for you, you can stick with your basic squat. Core tight the entire time. Stay right where you are or at a hop at the top. If you're adding the hop, land with bent knees. Big exhale to help you explode up. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squat at the back of your mat. Step it forward. Double 90 lunge. Launch back and squat. Feel free to break this movement up. It can be slow. You can step forward, readjust, and then lower and lift. Stack your right knee over your ankle as you lunge. Left knee beneath your hip. Stick with your breath. Again, tight core the entire time. Lift your right knee high as you step forward and step back. Just 4, 3, meet in your lunge in 2, and 1, meet in your lunge. Lunge, knee drive forward. If you want to spice it up, full kick with your left leg. Again, the layer does not matter. The pace does not matter. Make sure you feel controlled and stable in every movement. Just 4, 3, meet in your lunge in 2, and 1. Right leg forward, left leg back. Inhale, crescent. Sweep your arms overhead. Pull your shoulders down. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward. High on the ball with your left foot. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Arms slice open. Peel your left hip back. Chest and hips face the mural. Inhale, flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Feel your right side body open. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Step back. 4 plank jacks into a frog hop. You can take the frog hop out of it and just focus on the plank jacks. You could tap 1 toe out at a time. Just stick with your breath. Tight core the entire time. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Think cat pose while you're in plank. Pull your shoulder blades away from one another. Puff up your upper back. Just 4, 3, down dog in 2, And one, downward facing dog. Nice work, friends. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Walk your hands back to the back of your space, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it deeper. Inhale, chair pose. Sweep your arms overhead. Just one round of breath to set it up. Pull your shoulders down. Tuck your tailbone. Press your palms through heart center. Toe heel your feet out. Back to hip lift. Back to our basic squat. Lower, lift. Inhale, exhale. Again, really squeeze your glutes at the top. Maybe even press your hips forward. Drive your weight into your heels the entire time. Squeeze your heels away from one another. Let your side glutes get fired up. Down and press. Just 4, 3. Back to your heel lift in 2. And 1. Add the heel lift at the top. Lift as high as you can on the ball mounds of your feet. Nice breath, Krista. Just 4, 3. Hold your squat low in 2. And 1. Hold your squat low. Pulse it left, center, right, center. Stay as low as you can the entire time. Just a little pulse out side to side. Stick with it. Can you squat 1 inch lower? Yes, you can. It's supposed to burn. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squat at the back. Step your left leg forward. Double 90 lunge. Lift it up. Squat. Lift it up. And lunge. Again, break the movement up if you need to. It's a big transition to step forward. You can always readjust before you lower into your lunge. Stay high on the ball of your right foot as you lunge. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips as you lunge low. Lift your left knee high as you step it forward and back. Just 4, 3. Meet in your lunge in 2. And 1. Left leg forward, right leg back. Double 90 lunge. Knee drive it up. Flex your right foot as it leaves the earth. And then land high on the ball of your right foot. If you did so before, add the full kick to spice it up even further. Stick with it, almost there. Stack your left knee over your ankle. Just 4, 3. Back to your lunge in 2. And 1. Inhale, crescent. Sweep your arms up. This time, left hip back, right hip forward, high on the ball of your right foot. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Inhale, flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Hands come wide. Step it back. Wide arm push-ups. Lower, lift, down, press. Inhale. Exhale from your knees or your toes. Woo, my pecs are sore from doing this with Tay yesterday. Woo! Down, press, tight core. Keep your hips in one even plane with your shoulders the entire time. Hands wide so your elbows stack over your wrists at the bottom. Lower, press. Just 4, 3. Pulse it low in 2. Little pulse, pulse, pulse. Tiny movement. Yes, you can. I know. Pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2. Static hold. Keep it low. Yes, 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 you got it. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Way 2. Stick with it and crush it, my friends. Whew, take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, journey to the top. Grab your light set of weights, come to standing. All right, feet hip width, sit into a wide chair, elbows at 90 degrees, alternating opposite arm extensions. Press and bend. Exhale, inhale. Press your front weight out straight in line with your shoulder. Kick your back weight past your hips. Let your tricep engage to lift that weight up high. Keep your torso hinged forward to protect your spine. Huge exhale to help you press the weights out in opposite directions. Keep your weight in your heels. Tighten your core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms straight, palms face one another. Squat, knee drive, hammer curl. Curtsy, knee drive, shoulder press. Squat, knee drive, hammer curl. Curtsy, knee drive, shoulder press. If the knee drive isn't doing it for you, you can squat, hammer curl, step it back, and press. Again, lift high on the ball of your left foot as you curtsy. Your curtsy can be as wide or narrow as you need it to be, whatever feels comfortable. Just stack your back heel over your toes to create space for your knee. Nice breath. Let those exhales drive you. Again, take it at your own pace. Nice control, Allie. Get it. Just 4, 3, crescent in 2, and 1. Step your left leg back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Press your weights straight up. Exhale, weights through center. Open up, warrior 2. Heads of your weights up, light grip on your weights. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right weight goes straight up. Exhale, pull through heart center. Pivot, plant. Step back to plank. Row your right arm. Release. Tap your left toes. Release. Row and tap. These can be done from your knees or toes. Whether you're on your knees or toes, keep them wide to help stabilize your hips as you move your limbs off of your space. For your row, keep your arm in tight by your right side body. Drive your elbow up towards the ceiling. Four, 3, down dog in 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, release. Whew, nice work. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, make your way to the top. Grab your light set of weights. If you dropped them, come back to your wide chair. Feet hip width, elbows at 90. Opposite arm extension. Same movement. Last round. Press and bend. Exhale. Inhale. Again, keep your weight in your heels. Hinge your torso forward for a nice long spine. Big exhale every time you press. Really squeeze your tricep to lift your back weight past your hips. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to standing, palms face one another. Same movement, other side. It's squat, knee drive, hammer curl. Curtsy, knee drive, shoulder press. Squat, knee drive, hammer curl. Curtsy, knee drive, shoulder press. Again, option to take the knee drive out of it. Just come to standing in between. If you are adding the knee drive, keep your right foot flexed anytime it is off of your mat. Land high on the ball of your right foot as you step back for your curtsy. Stack your shoulders over your hips as you lower in that curtsy lunge. Big exhale every time you lift. Just 4, 3, crescent in 2, and 1. Right leg back, left leg forward. Inhale, crescent, press your weight straight up. Exhale, weights come through heart center, open up, warrior 2, little W in your arms. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left weight straight up. Exhale, pull through center, pivot, plant, step back to plank. Same movement, other side. Row your left arm, release, tap your right toes, release. Again, feet or knees wide, stabilize your hips, squeeze your core like crazy. Big exhale every time you row and every time you tap. Stick with it a few more rounds here. Just 4, 3, down dog in 2, and 1, downward facing dog. Nice work, friends. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, journey to the top. Grab your heavy set of weights, come to standing. Press your weights together at heart center. Elbows out wide, feet hip width. Squat, knee drive, twist to the left. Squat, kick your left leg. Only the left side. If the kick isn't serving you, stick with the knee drives. Break the movement up if you need to. You can get stable in your knee drive and then twist from your upper body. Keep your weights glued at heart center. We want the twist from belly button up. Come back to your squat, alignment in between. Drive your weight into your heels, sink your booty back. Just 4, 3. Keep your left knee up in 2. And 1, keep your left knee up. Press your weights together. Arms go straight. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Tricep, press, bend. Exhale. Inhale. Option to kickstand your foot. I know we usually do triceps with our light weights, but too bad. Press and bend. You're not here super long, I promise. Squeeze, release. Be stubborn about stopping at 90 degrees as you lower your weights. 4, 3, hold your elbows at 90 and 2. And 1, hold your elbows at 90, pulse it up. Pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1 with control. Bring your weights back in front of your body. Awesome job. Weights stay at heart center or weights to your shoulders. Come to a curtsy, set up left leg behind your right. Curtsy, back diagonal kick. Kick your left foot towards the back left corner of your mat. Strong, straight, engaged leg. Either flex or point your left foot. Make sure it's doing something. No floppy noodle feet and legs here. Squeeze your left glute to lift your leg 1 inch higher as you kick back. Avoid leaning forward in your kick. Make your glute do the work to lift your leg. Just 4, 3, hold your leg back in 2, and 1, hold your leg back, flex your toes, pulse your leg back, 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 pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze your left glute tighter. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step to the front of your space. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your weights. Sit down on your seat. Woo. Reverse tabletop setup. Fingertips face your glutes. Lift your hips up high. Tricep dip and press. Dip, press. It should feel good on your shoulders. Your triceps might be mad though after those heavyweight presses. Down, press. Lower and lift. Down, squeeze. Down and press. Bend, extend. Lower, lift. Down and press. Almost there. Woo! Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your seat. Grab your heavy set of weights. Long spine, bend your knees, heels on the mat. Bicep curl, release. Squeeze, release. Exhale, inhale. Stay right here. Maybe float your, what are those, shins? Curl, release. Exhale, inhale. Get it. I see all those floating legs. Y'all are crushing it. Exhale, inhale. Squeeze, release. Just 4, 3. Hold your elbows at 90 and 2. And 1. Elbows come to 90. Little pulse, pulse, pulse. Long spine. Pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Whoo-wee. Cross your legs. Step back to downward facing dog. Give yourself 1 round of breath to stretch everything out and reset. Nice work. 1 more side with our heavies. You got this. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, make your way to the top. Grab your heavies if you dropped them. Press your weights together at heart center. Same movement, other side. Squat, knee drive, twist to the right. Squat, kick your right leg. Again, feel free to break it up. I like to get stable in my knee drive first and then twist. Can be a nice controlled movement. Does not have to be up to tempo. You can take the kick out of it if you did so last time. Just stick with the knee drives. Just make sure your right foot is flexed like crazy, toes towards your shin every time it leaves the earth. Big exhale every time you twist and every time you kick. Come back to your squat alignment. Sink your seat back. Weight in your heels. Just 4, 3. Right knee high in 2. And 1. Right knee high. Press your weights together. Arms overhead. Bend your elbows. Triceps. Press. Bend. Exhale. Inhale. Yes, you can. We're not doing the tricep dips this time, I promise. Press. Release. Exhale. Inhale. Again, option to kickstand your foot. If your foot is lifted, flex it like crazy. Press. Bend. Exhale. Inhale. Hold it low in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elbows come out wide. Squeeze them in, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. With control, weights come back in front of your body. Weights at heart center or to your shoulders. Right leg behind your left. Curtsy, back diagonal kick. Again, point or flex your right toes as you lift your leg. Kick towards the back right corner of your mat. Squeeze your right glute to help lift your leg as high as you can. Avoid leaning forward. Nice job, Maggie. Big exhale as you kick. Great control, Colleen. Just 4, 3, hold your right leg back into, and 1, hold your right leg back, flex your toes, pulse it out. Pulse, 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 pulse. 1 entire pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step to the front. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your weights. Sit back on your seat. Reverse tabletop. No tricep dips, I promise. Fingertips face your body. Lift your hips up as high as you can. Lower and press. Down, squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze your butt cheeks together like you're just trying to hold something in there as you lift. Like a dollar bill, maybe. Spicy on a Sunday morning. Lower and squeeze. You got this. Drive your weight into your heels. Keep your knees hip width. Down and squeeze. Lower, lift. Just 4, 3. Hold your hips high in 2. And 1, hold your hips high. Pulse your knees out, out, out. Pulse, pulse. Just 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to full range. Lower and squeeze. Down, press. Inhale, exhale. These are big muscles. They need the extra work. They could take it. Down, lift. Inhale, exhale. Just 4, 3. Hold your hips high in 2. And 1. Keep your knees wide. Pulse them in, 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 in. Really squeeze your inner thighs together. 4, 3. Keep your hips high in 2. And 1. Keep them as high as you can. Just hold. Hold. Squeeze your glutes. Just hold it high. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Woo, 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 woo. Well, that was fun. Grab your heavy weights. Sit into your low boat. Heels to the mat. Flex your toes. This time, arms out a little bit wider. Bicep curl. Release. Curl. Release. Exhale. Inhale. Pull your shoulder blades together on your back to keep your chest proud. If you did so before, or you want to add an extra layer of spice if you didn't before, float your shins off the mat. Curl, release. Big exhale every time you curl your waist up. Just 4, 3. Hold your weights down in 2. And 1. Elbows at 90. Serve it out. 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 Woo! Serve. Serve. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross your legs. Just come to standing. You can travel through down dog if you want it to reset. Drop your weights. Take a sip of water if you want or need it. Friends at home, we're going to skip forward what should be for you one song to Dem Afraid. All right, time for some cardio. As you're ready, start to kick your butt. Nice work. If you need a break during cardio, no big deal. Take it if you need it, but just sidestep it out. Keep some sort of gentle movement happening in your body. 4, 3. High knees in 2, and 1 high knees. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Twist, twist, squat. Twist, twist, squat. Nice job. Sink low in your squat. You got it. Just 4, 3, 2. Face me. Jack it out. Forward. Oh my God, so in sync. This is amazing. Woo! 4, 3. Football runners in 2. And 1. Good luck. Swing your arms. Let everything shake and jiggle. Fastest feet in the nation. We could all just play football. Crush everybody. Just 4, 3. Horse hops in 2. And 1 horse hops. Y'all are crushing this. Just 4, 3. Face me in 2. I'm on skiers. Tight core. Hinge it forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite knee, opposite elbow. If you want to spice it up, it's knee to foot, hand to elbow. Yeah, that's right. Close enough. You got it. Just 4, 3. Ballet hops in 2. And 1 ballet hops. Option for hands to hips or for toe taps to slow it down. Stick with it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oblique twist. Slow it down. Final movement. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, start to side step it out right away. Killer work, everybody. Good job at home. Man, this is so much better when we have friends to do it with. I would never do that at home. Even live streaming. So if you did, good for you. Woo. Again, gentle, slow side steps. Let your heart rate come down. As you're ready, add the arms overhead on an inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Intentionally slow your breath to help slow your heart rate. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Super slow squats for active recovery. Bring your hands to heart center, feet hip width. Sink as slow and as low as you can, and then bring it up with control. I want you to focus on the pull of your heels away from one another this time. I feel like we gloss over that a lot because it's not as visual, but it will be a game changer for your squats. You should feel it all through your side glutes. Again, slow, controlled movements just to continue bringing our heart rate down. Really killer focus, everybody. We have 1 more flow, and then we're on our mats. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab your light set of weights. Come to standing. Bring your weights to your shoulders, feet hip width. Squat, punch right, squat, punch left. Alternating side to side. As you punch, pivot on your back toes. Let your chest and hips go the direction of your punch. Big exhale as you drive your weight out and back. Slow it down if you need to. Come back to your squat alignment, feet parallel, weight in your heels. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step your left leg back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Press your weights up. Okay, exhale, pull through center. Open up, warrior 2. Inhale, start pose. Straighten and stretch everything out. Toes out, heels in. All right, bring your weights down. Palms face one another. Rotate your feet so that they're parallel. It's lateral lunge, fly, release, and lift. Lunge, fly, close, and lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Super important that your feet stay parallel, toes face me the entire time. Sink your booty back farther than you think. This will help keep a flat spine as you lower to the side. Keep your elbows micro bent the entire time in your fly, like you're holding a big beach ball. It's just getting bigger and smaller. Just hinge open from your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Down, fly, close, release. Lunge, fly, close, and lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, back to start pose. Stretch it all out. Exhale, sit into your horse. Press your weights together at heart center. Tuck your tailbone. Pull your knees back. Twist to the front, center, back, center. Front, center, back, center. This does not need to be a huge twist. Keep your weights glued together at heart center so you're not twisting from your arms but from your core. Front, center, back, center. Twist, release, twist, release. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Just 4, 3, start pose in 2, and 1. Inhale, start pose, stretch it all out. Exhale, weights through center, open up, warrior 2 to the front. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, pull, pivot, plant, step back to plank, weighted burpees, hop it forward. Come to standing with the shoulder press, bring it down, and hop it back. Tons and tons of layers here. You can ditch your weights and do a traditional burpee. You can step it forward and step it back, 1 foot at a time. You can come back to your frog hops. Pick any option that will let you keep moving. Or if you want to do something else here, go for it. Just keep your body moving, keep breathing. We are almost to the cool down portion. Just 4, 3, meet at the top in 2, and 1. Meet at the top of your space. Grab your light weights if you drop them. Bring them to your shoulders, feet hip width. Squat, uppercut, squat, uppercut. Again, alternate side to side. Pivot on your back toes as you punch. Chest and hips go the direction of your punch. Really controlled punch here. Drive your weight forward and back. Way to stick with your breath. Just 4, 3, crescent in 2, and 1. Step your right leg back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, weights through center. Open up, warrior 2. Inhale, star pose. Straighten and stretch. Exhale, release your weights. Palms face one another. Feet come parallel, maybe slightly pigeon-toed. Same movement, other side. Lunge, fly, close, lift. Down, squeeze, release, and lift. Squeeze your glutes real tight at the top. Nice job, Carol. Sit your booty back, long, straight spine as you fly at the bottom. Lunge, fly, close, release. Lower, open, close, and lift. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just 4, 3, back to star pose in 2, and 1. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, sit into your horse. Press your weights together at heart center, elbows out wide. This time it's dip, lift, dip, lift. Front, center, back, center. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Sink as low as you can in your hips. Press your knees back. Good job, Kristen. Dip and lift. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Just 4, 3, star pose in 2, and 1. Inhale, star pose. Woo-hoo! Exhale, weights through center, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, pull through center, pivot, plant, man makers, just like our weighted burpees, but adding 2 rows in between, alternating arms. Row, release, row, release, hop it forward, and press it up. You can speed this up, slow it down. You can take part of it out. If you want to go back to your burpees, if you want to focus on just the rows. Get it, Allie. Just stick with your breath and keep moving for 15 more seconds. Just 4, 3, down dog in 2, and 1, downward facing dog. Woo-wee, nice work, friends. As you are ready, drop down to your knees. Swing your legs around. All right, we're gonna come back to our modified boat position. Fingertips face your body. Hover your shins parallel with the ground. Elbows face the windows. Extend it out and crunch. Extend, bend. Inhale, exhale. Option to stay right here. Maybe float your hands for some added spice. Down and squeeze. Make sure you keep your spine long and straight. Lead with your heart as you pull your torso back up. Big exhale to curl it in. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay flat on your back. Hands come behind your head. Bend your knees, side of bicycles. Cross and cross. Take them fast or slow. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Drive your low spine down into the earth. Just 4, 3. Hold your right elbow to your left knee in 2. And 1. Hold your right elbow to your left knee. Straighten your leg, tap your toes. Bend, switch, tap, bend, and switch. Just a slower bicycle with a straight leg tap on each side. I like how I say it's just that, like super casual, no big deal, everybody's fine. You got this. Big exhale as you tap your toes, not here long. Just 4, 3, 2, And one, keep your hands behind your head. Lift your legs straight up, flex your feet. Crunch your chest, lift your hips. Keep your legs straight, flex your feet. Yes, you can. Just 4, 3, keep your legs up in 2, and 1, just crunch your chest, crunch, 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 crunch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your legs up, plant your hands by your hips, flex your feet, lower your legs 30 degrees. Lower them 30 more. Lower them as low as you can with a low flat spine. Pulse your toes up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Keep breathing. Yes, you can. We are almost out of this sequence. Pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Full body stretch. Friends at home, we're going to skip forward. 2 songs to beam, to cool it down. Friends here, close your eyes so I can turn the lights off without blinding you potentially. All right, we are good. Give yourself a minute here just to reflect on everything that happened both in your body and your mind. How did you react to the moments that sucked? Even if the answer to that is negatively, you kept going and you made it through to this point. So keep that with you, off of your mat, out of this studio. When you encounter something that sucks and you don't want to keep going, you just prove to yourself that you can. So you're ready, pull your knees into your chest, turn yourself into a tiny little ball. Start to rock side to side, massaging through your low spine. And as you're ready, start to rock forward and back until you come to a seated position. Give yourself a few rocks, though, for the massage. Extend your legs out straight in front of you. Once you make your way to the top, no rush. You can move the flesh away from your sit bones to help you feel a little bit more grounded if you'd like. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, seated forward fold. Reach for something. Does not have to be your feet. Could be your ankles, your calves, behind your knees. You can interlace your hands, your arms underneath your knees if you'd like. Let's take 3 rounds to floss this out. Inhale, back off, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, back off. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale, melt into your depth. Breathe deeply here. Feel into your hamstrings. Stay for 1 more exhale. On your next inhale, start to slowly lift your torso. And as you're ready, bring your legs out wide, so like a big V shape. The width of your V is up to you. And then rotate your hips forward so your hip bones face your mat. Sacrum lifts up in space. Flex your toes, pull your kneecaps up towards your thighs, and then slowly start to walk your hands down. Again, whatever depth your body is asking for is exactly where you should be. Three more full rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your body to lift your torso. Bring your legs back in. Cross your feet. Plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. If you want to transition a different way, maybe take a chaturanga or a handstand hop if you're crazy. You go right ahead. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Feel free to open your hip if that feels good. There we are. Left leg. Make sure we're all on the left leg. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what's left anymore. Nice. Inhale back through center, three-legged dog. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your left knee outside of your left wrist, aiming for a parallel shin to the front of your mat. That likely won't happen for most of us, but that is the direction we're going. Figure four on your back is a great option. Gaze over your left shoulder to help square your hips to the front. And then if you would like, start to walk your hands forward to sleep your pigeon. Did a lot of lower body work. Breathe deeply here, whether you're in figure four or pigeon. Send your breath to where you feel this in your outer hip. For some of us, pigeon might not be as intense, but for a lot of us, it is. So here's another opportunity for you to breathe into discomfort and train your mind that intensity and discomfort isn't always a bad thing. There's opportunities for growth here, opportunities for change. You have 5 more full rounds of breath here. If you'd like to change your variation, if it's part of your practice, feel free to do so, or stay exactly where you are and just melt and breathe even more deeply. Stay for one final exhale. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your body to lift your torso. If you're in figure four, come to a seat. Friends in pigeon, shift onto your left hip. Swing your right leg up and around. Friends coming from figure four, we want right knee bent. Left leg could be straight underneath your body or bent, foot towards your hip. Plant your right hand behind your back. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, twist to the right. Hook your elbow outside of your left knee. Use your right hand, press firmly, straighten through your arm to help lift and lengthen through your spine. On every inhale, lengthen, and every exhale, deepen your twist, gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe super deeply here. Over-exaggerate your inhales to create compression through your torso. Stay for one final inhale. On the next exhale, walk your hands over to the left for a slight counter twist. Now we're going to transition into cow-facing pose. So if you'd like, you can shift forward. We want to stack our knees over one another, feet out towards the sides. Option to stay here or melt forward, or I will cue the arm bind to get into our shoulders. Inhale your left arm overhead. Bend your elbow. Bring your hand towards your shoulder blades. Bend your right elbow behind your back, and maybe reach for your hands. If they do not make contact, that's totally okay. You can grab your shirt or your sports bra, or if you have a towel, you can use that as a strap. And if this arm bind just isn't doing it for you, feel free to release and just fold forward, focusing on your hips. If you do have the arm bind, really press your head into your top arm to help open through your left shoulder. If you have the arm bind, slowly release with control. If you're folded forward, start to walk your baddie back up. Uncross your legs. Give it a shimmy shake if that feels good. And then cross your ankles, plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. Again, any transitions or resets that feel good, totally up to you. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, half pigeon, other side. Right knee outside of your right wrist. Take any shifts or adjustments you took to get in place. Maybe gaze over your right shoulder to square your hips to the front. And then sleep your pigeon if you did so on the other side. Again, send your breath to where you feel the intensity. Five more rounds of breath. So if you took a different variation on the other side, feel free to do so again. Otherwise, just continue to breathe deeply here and feel into the posture. As you are ready, start to walk your hands back towards your torso to lift. Then roll onto your right glute. The seated twist on the other side. Swing your left leg up and over. Again, right leg can be bent or out straight. We just want our left knee bent and crossed. Place your left hand behind your spine. Inhale your right arm overhead. Exhale, hook and twist. Bring your elbow outside of your knee. And again, use your back hand to your benefit here. Press into your palm or your fingertips to help lift and lengthen your spine. Reach through the crown of your head on every inhale. Every exhale, twist a little deeper. Maybe gaze over your left shoulder. Super full breaths to create compression. Stay for one more inhale. Next exhale, counter twist to the other side. Walk your hands over to the left. All right, cow facing pose, other side. Shift forward. Stack your knees on top of one another and then sink your seat back down. If you took the arm bind on the other side, please match it on this side. Right arm up, bend your elbow. Left arm behind you, bend your elbow, reaching for your hands. They might not touch. That's totally okay. You can grab your shirt. Or if you have a towel or something to create a strap-like experience. If you aren't taking the arm bind, stay upright or fold forward, whatever feels better to you. If you have the bind, try and press your head back 1 inch farther into your right arm to open up even more through your right shoulder. Stay for one final inhale. Your next exhale, release your hands with control. If you had the bind, uncross your legs. Again, shimmy, shake it out. And lay flat on your spine. I don't know why I was going to put you in down dog. You don't need to go there. Lay flat on your spine. Bring your knees into your chest. Bend your knees, happy baby. Grab for the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees down towards the earth on each side of your torso. And then drive your sacrum down into the mat. If you find your hips lifting, just grab somewhere lower on your legs. You can straddle one leg and then the other or both at the same time to get into your hamstrings one final time. So you're ready, release your happy baby, pull your knees in, tiny little ball. One more time, pull your forehead to your knees, squeeze every muscle that you just worked so hard. And then release, final Shavasana, arms and legs come out wide, palms face up. Friends, you put in a lot of hard work this morning. It's always a difficult choice to bring yourself here to do the difficult work, but even more so on a Sunday morning when it's cold and snowy. So don't gloss over that. Give yourself credit for showing up, for making the conscious decision to do this practice to strengthen both your body and your mind. You have lots of time and space here, so just melt into your mat. Turn yourself into a expansive sculpt puddle. I will let you know when it's time to come back. Sculptors, if any part of you wants to stay in this space longer, please respect that calling. Shavasana is equally as important as all of the hard work we put in through the sculpt practice. Gives us a chance to integrate and reset. If your Sunday is calling to you and you'd like to come back, start small by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Let the movement start to expand through your ankles and your wrists. As soon as you feel ready, bring your arms overhead for one last full body stretch. Take a moment to notice which nostril is more clear, and then roll to that side into a supported fetal position. and stay for a full deep round of breath in stillness. Once you feel ready, come to a comfortable seated position with your eyes closed or your gaze soft and your hands at heart center. This is a truly special place that we have here and a really special practice. I think that for a lot of people, they don't necessarily see this as yoga from the outside in, but once you start practicing, you realize all the things that happen internally, all of the training that you're doing through your mind and your heart as you put yourself in such uncomfortable, difficult situations. So thank you so much for seeing this practice for what it is and showing up to put in the work so you can help yourself grow both inside and out and allowing that to expand through our greater communities beyond. So thank you so much. I love and appreciate each and every one of you for what you bring to this space. As you're ready, shift your thumbs to your third eye. In gratitude, we bow. Namaste. Wonderful, wonderful work, my friends. Friends at home, thank you so much for joining us. Have a lovely Sunday, and we will see you next time.